watched Wicked for Good this weekend. I loved it, cried like a baby, but being the fragrance nerd that I am, I couldn't help but wonder, what fragrance would Glinda really wear? If you watched my video on Glinda Bubbly Pink, you know that I don't think that Glinda would actually smell like this perfume. Even though it is entirely inspired by the character Glinda, I personally just don't think this is what she would wear, what she would smell like. This fragrance to me is just a little bit linear and juvenile and too Bath and Body Works-esque. It also leans kind of woody, fresh floral, and while I do think that Glinda would definitely smell like a beautiful bouquet of pink flowers, I also think she's so bubbly and whimsical and extremely girly and feminine, and that to me, I think resonates more closely with something super sweet and fun and delicious. So I'm thinking like pink marshmallows, cotton candy, like something that would really embody the kind of bubble that she's in, which this fragrance, at least in terms of how it smells, it just doesn't do it for me. So here are some fragrances that I think Glinda would actually wear, and I'm gonna be going through them based on some of her just like outfits and appearances in the movie. Mostly gonna be keeping it to Wicked Part 1, so we're gonna avoid spoilers. But then again, in Part 2, it's really just the wedding gown, potential spoiler, except not really. Like, we saw like the trailers, right? And as well as like the blue and purple dress, but that's basically it. Anyways, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, and if you're returning, as always, thank you so much for being here and supporting me. And without further ado, let's just get started. So when Glinda first arrives to Shiz, she's wearing this kind of, I don't even know what the name of this sort of article of clothing is, but it's like kind of a feminine and articulate blazer situation. It's definitely more formal, and so I think with her first appearance to Shiz, her perfume would probably be a bit more sophisticated. Even though everything on this list is very sweet, I feel like she would wear Dolce & Gabbana's My Devotion, and so I think this is their like newest flanker in the Devotion line. I honestly don't even like love this fragrance, but I do think that it is very, very Glinda. And so this fragrance, it opens up with this bright, juicy, super floral peony, just a very lush, elegant peony. I think that this fragrance kind of has this like beautiful pink floral woody opening that Bubbly Pink has, but then as it begins to dry down, it starts to become a bit more powdery, and then the original Devotion DNA starts to come out, so you get something a bit sweeter, richer, more sugary with touches of vanilla. The peony in this is so strong, like it's really such a extravagant kind of floral that I think would also work in formal settings, which is why I think that it would kind of go with this blazer that she's wearing. And then I think layered with this, Glinda could be wearing Kirky by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This I think is gonna add a very sweet, fruity element to her smell, while also feeling elevated and sophisticated in the way that her outfit is. She's still gonna make this very grand appearance. This fragrance to me smells like gummy peach rings, but in a very rich, opulent way. It's really flirty and fun, but because it has a very musky undertone to it, this doesn't lean juvenile very much to me at all. It's beautiful, it's flirty, it's rich, it's really, really delicious. These are all things that really represent who Glinda is as a person. And so I would say arriving at Shiz, Glinda would be wearing My Devotion and Kirky. The next fragrance, and I think this one is literally the most obvious. I think when I was coming up with fragrances for this video, literally the first one that came to mind, like without thinking, is of course Kayali's Yambushi Marshmallow. Like, I don't think that there is more of a Glinda leaning fragrance. This is just a fluffy, sweet marshmallow. So delicious, smells like a strawberry milkshake with marshmallows, incredibly gourmand, so sweet and fruity and girly. And I think that Glinda would wear Yambushi Marshmallow during Dancing Through Life, so when she's wearing that very kind of like flirty, low-cut, simple pink gown. Again, I'm so bad at like describing clothing, but I'll insert pictures for all of these, but I feel like she would wear this fragrance when she's in that scene. But this fragrance is sweet and flirty and seductive in the way that she is when she interacts with Fiyero. Such a no-brainer fragrance. I think Glinda for sure would wear Yambushi Marshmallow if the world of Wicked and the world of fragrance were to intertwine. And layered with that, I think she would also wear Sweet Tooth by Sabrina Carpenter. Again, this is another super popular, just sweet marshmallow vanilla fragrance, very gourmand. I quite literally have not a single drop of this left. This is completely empty. There's, oh, Wait, actually some came out. Look at that. So yeah, just like the ultimate, I feel like, girly, mouth-watering fragrance combo would be the two probably most iconic marshmallow fragrances at the moment, which would be Sweet Tooth and Young Bougie Marshmallow. Moving on to popular in this kind of nightgown of a dress with these huge like pink flowers at the shoulders. Does she like wear this to bed? I don't know. I think out of all of the outfits, this one screams the most kind of like nightgown, like pajama-esque. So I feel like Glinda would wear Skylar's Boardwalk Delight. One of the big reasons is because this is one of my favorite fragrances to wear to bed. So it just reminds me of pajamas. This is the most cotton candy of a cotton candy scent I've ever smelled, besides the one from Urban Outfitters. I forgot what it's called.
But I don't really like that one too much.
This is definitely my favorite cotton candy scent. And I think everything about her outfit just screams kind of like a big fluffy cloud of cotton candy. So girly, so flirty. I think that she would definitely wear this fragrance. This would also fit really well with her bubble gown, just because of how much that also looks like a very kind of like intricate layered web of cotton candy. Boardwalk Delight, super sweet, delicious. It's sweet, creamy with a lot of vanilla, but again, the focus is just on this mouth-watering sort of cotton candy. And then on to the dress that she wears for like really like the latter half of the movie during the train scene and when Glinda and Elphaba make their trip to Oz. She's wearing this very kind of modest and elegant, super pastel pink dress. I think here she would wear something very soft, but still sweet and elegant and a little bit sophisticated. I think Glinda would wear Burberry Her. And if you've watched some of my previous videos, I don't actually like this fragrance. Definitely not my favorite. I think mainly though, it's not so much my issue with the scent. I just don't like how it wears on my skin. It starts to smell like a little bit kind of like musty and it feels very, very linear. But I do think that Glinda would smell like this fragrance. A very kind of simple synthetic strawberry scent with a touch of like musk and perfuminess. It's again another sort of like strawberry marshmallow scent, but nowhere near as gourmand as something like Young Bougie Marshmallow. I think this one is a little bit more formal and sophisticated, which I think would go really well with this outfit. And kind of on that train, I think that she would also wear Dolce & Gabbana's Pour Femme. This is so glinda-coded to me. Like 50% of the other fragrances on this list, this smells like a pink marshmallow. Although most of the other ones are more of like a strawberry marshmallow, this one is more like a raspberry marshmallow. It's super powdery, and so despite being very, very sweet and yummy, it's quite elegant and sophisticated, and I think could definitely work as like a fragrance that you would wear to like the office, for example. And so I think that this is something that Glinda would wear during her journey to Oz with Elphaba. That's Burberry Her as well as Pour Femme by Dolce & Gabbana. And lastly, we have Glinda during the Oz Dust as well as No One Mourns the Wicked in her beautiful bubble gown. When I was planning out this video, the first fragrance that came to my mind was of course Young Bougie Marshmallow, but I think the second one where I was like, yeah, like obviously I'm including this in this video is gonna be Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. Another fluffy, beautifully sweet marshmallow perfume. This to me smells like marshmallows and powdery sweet tarts. It's a tiny bit floral with a touch of rose, but it's really, really beautiful. It's sweet. It has a level of elegance and class and sophistication to it, but it's still extremely gourmand, extremely girly and flirty and very, very Glinda-esque. I think that she would definitely wear this with her beautiful flowy bubble gown. She would definitely want something kind of lavish and opulent to kind of speak to her image as like an authority figure at that point when she's wearing that gown and with her wand and like the beautiful crown, but still something that is so true, purely pink and girly and flirty and just Glinda. Alongside that, I think that she would also wear, of course, Ari. And this is kind of very like full circle. Like the first perfume that Ariana Grande ever created, I think is a perfume that I really think that Glinda would wear during her more formal appearances. So during the Oz Dust as well as her bubble gown. Ari is possibly one of the most feminine perfumes I've ever smelled. It is like the girliest girly girl you know, but she's very put together. She smells great. It's definitely giving like Victoria's Secret, but I do really like how perfumey this fragrance smells that helps to elevate the very sweet notes to it. It has like raspberry, marshmallow, musk, very perfumey, so feminine. That wraps up my list for the fragrances that I think that Glinda would actually wear. If you want to smell like this girl right here,
yeah,
you now know what to wear. at least based on my judgment. Let me know if you think there's any other fragrances that Glinda the Good would wear. And if you watched Wicked for Good, definitely let me know your thoughts as well. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I hope you're all well and healthy and happy, and I love you. I will see you very soon.